2. Top in the overnight sky to see in the bare eye is a star constellation of Europe satellites at the cardiac of one of the bitterest disputes in Britain's divorce rate of the Europe Association. We're looking at a Mississippi for all, onto one UK production inside someone's consumable lot of his carrier work on the Europe draft. No much longer, it was told, was the largest hazardous item on a battleground a youthful official fighting to recite a card. But in the bless of safe navigate came a terror how the Americans, florid in several unexpected script, would select her off the signals, or reject them to the broad planet. And so the concept was unborn in Brussels how Europe, as an growing force on the planet phase, should include its own framework that would not trust on the caprice of a general in his thumb soaring above a selector in the Pentagon. Initially, the UK war were completely opposed to the concept since they favorite GPS, and did not wish to seem to be unreliable to the Americans. Britain tested to unit advance at each rotate and the schedule was stalled. But later a few US sounding begun to lift concerns on the dependability of GPS, confirming how down there were areas of the ball how were not so coded, and how the signals could be deformed top in the ambience. A solitary nanosecond of discrepancy could convert in an mistake of 30 sm on the land. So, abruptly, the concept of a other Sputnik framework work in concurrent collected supporting. The type in Whitehall displaced too much, and the draft began to get form. Anything excited rapidly, yet the expenses seemed undue, and not each EU affiliate was ecstatic. Previous in the 2000s thus, the UK by the government, now concerned how Galileo might not occur, authorized a research in if Britain could start its own framework. In the late, the draft did collect pulse and the at first problem was to do certainly how the EU held the wireless frequencies posted to it, the space counterpart of placement a cloth on a swimming pool loafer up the crowds come. I informed of the business's staff how date, and down there was a strong feeling of honor. It was the start of a new era for Europe in area. Big orders quickly accompanied, and party by party SSTL won the contracts to construct the payloads for each solitary one of the Galileo satellites. Payloads are the key components of a space vehicle, comprising the very exact nuclear clocks and the transmitters to email the signals. Over the 1 week, while I once again attended the pure rooms of SSTL, personnel were preparation to collect the newest procedure for 12 more than satellites. Down there are already 18 of their top tech creations in orbital, operational a prior facility, in 4 persons more than due to be start up after the summer. And fair as the web approaches creature completely prepared, a perverse exchanging above Brexit has break of. The original row was above the largest exact of the Galileo signals, and ciphered one restrained for by the government agencies such as the disaster services or the war. He's named the Social Controlled Facility, PRS, though social in the instance tool, country, quite rather than outdoor to nobody. Cue several amazingly harsh speech of Chancellor Philip Hammond and Industry Secretariat Greg Clark, ministers usually seen as acute on shut bonds to the EU. The reason is how if the EU is severe on possessing a next safety relation through the canal, later certainly Britain should be permitted to stake the PRS. Separately of whatever else, the encrypt facility was partially advanced by a company named CGI, relying in Britain. But the divorce rate rest more profound rather than signals. The rules say how companies auction for next job on Galileo must be led of an EU term country. Already several orders include been loosed by UK companies. On the skyline is the very precious party for draft to style and construct satellites. How would shape the following general of the framework. The type of job is policy since it involves very qualified jobs, and all wants them. If UK firms are eliminated of the auction, down there are a lot on the mainland who would love it. The is the background for the by the government Schedule B to start a UK framework. Costly. Whatever of £2.5 bn probable. Affirmative, UK firms include the skills. As nice as Galileo? Perhaps no. Sir Martin Sweeting, founding member of SSTL, told, my priority, if I put a UK hat on, is how we conduct negotiations a reasonable attitude to be capable to remain in Galileo, and include complete accessing to the safe beginnings of it, and support both of our deposit to the payloads and the essential land sector. Yet if I see at it of a business spot of type, we'd be impressed to construct a independent star constellation of navigate satellites. How would be an unbelievable increase to our ability. And the lowest stock option? Sir Martin thinks it would be how the talks pull on, so how the UK does ultimately remain in, but as well misses the opportunity to bid for the newest general of job in the following pair of year. So, among these top stakes negotiations, are down there any positives? Richard Peckham, a vet of the UK area production who as well treated on Galileo, says how time he and Lot associate elect stay in the Brexit plebiscite, human beings are now looking future afield for Europe and in more than vanity. He's not all death and darkness, he said me. I'd quite remain in, but a UK Sat-nav would be a fabulous shooting in the hand.